Testing. So the New Orleans Gators and the Memphis Blues. Hold on, I want to. Oh, just a two. This is a two-game set. It is. Enjoy the game. Hello and welcome to the Gator Dome, home of the New Orleans Gators. As they host the Memphis Blues, and the Gator Dome is open. What story do we want to feature? Christian Walker. Let's take a look at his stats. Yeah, Shohei Ohtani. He is tied with Shohei Ohtani for the most home runs in the Eastern Conference. A divisional matchup. First pitch, Gators, Blues next. Carlos Rodon taking the mound for the New Orleans Gators here on a Thursday night against the rival Memphis Blues. He has a 1-2 record on 5 games he came in, 6.93 ERA, pitched 24 innings. We're going to see how he does, 18.6% strikeout rate. So his first batter will be Ozzie Albies, the DH for the Memphis Blues, leading off. 19 RBIs and 5 home runs of his own, and we're underway. And he'll start with a leadoff. Oh, is he going to get the throw? It will be in time. Incredible dive to start the game. What a play on the very first pitch from Rodon. How about that? The dive, I thought that was going to get through for a base hit, but nope, he takes it away. And the throw to first. Here's Ezekiel Duran. Gets a strike on a fastball. 0-1. Duran, the shortstop for the Memphis Blues. Just a 2-game set, as they'll play tomorrow as well, and that's it.
Nope.
Counts 1-1. Another pitch.
That's ball 2.
And Duran froze. He held up on that pitch, 2-1. So we're gonna. New Orleans, they've struggled so far. So we're gonna manage 2-2. Gators, they've struggled. They're looking for their 13th win on the season. They do have a losing record. Swing and a miss. 2 down. First strikeout for Carlos Rodon. Here is Royce Lewis. And nice circle changeup from Rodon. 5 homers and 16 RBIs as well. 239 batting average. Alright, start for Royce Lewis. And the 0-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Can't see it on that slider, 1-1. 4 RBIs in his last 5 games. Nice slider, 1-2. The 1 to Lewis. Oh, he cracks one into left field and goodbye. Home run. And a 2-out solo bomb for Royce Lewis. And Mr. Rolls Royce takes a 1-0 lead for the Memphis Blues with a solo bomb to right field. Mr. Rolls Royce. Love that nickname that I came up with on the spot. So to take a look, yeah, he unloads into that ball. He launches it. Good power. It curves, but it's also fair enough. It doesn't curve too far to go past that foul pole. Christian Walker at the plate.
0-1's the count.
If he hits a home run today, he will at least briefly. He will take the lead from Ohtani. And the 0-1 pitch. Took a changeup 0-2. Really surprised that he is tied with Shohei Ohtani. Blues win 1-0, and the pitch to Walker. Fly ball to center field. Jung-Hoo Lee to make the catch. And we're going to the New Orleans first. So Royce Lewis with a solo bomb to left field. Stays fair. 1-0 Memphis. So here comes Merrill Kelly for the Memphis Blues. He's came in 5 times this year. 2.37 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 26 strikeouts so far this season. Let's see how it does when they start for the Blues. Coming to the plate is Jake Fraley for the Gators. So Fraley at the plate. And he'll start with a leadoff base hit to left center. This one's going to be bouncing its way all the way to the wall. A leadoff double, and Fraley slides in safely. 7th of the year for Jake Fraley. And that one gets right in the gap down. There's nobody there. They do their best, but good start to the ball game for the Gators. A leadoff double. Here's Jung-Hoo Lee. A nice sinker. Jung-Hoo Lee playing center field like usual. Still looking for his first home run this season. I mean, offensively, yeah, 196. His batting average, he needs to learn how to. He needs to get on base more. Pop up. Third base side. Oh, a long run to get it, but it's going to drop in foul. 0-2 to Jung-Hoo. And found off into the crowd. 0-2. Gators at the bottom of the Southeast Division in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, Memphis Blues. They're right in the middle. They're third in the division. And the 1-2 pitch. Got a piece of it. 1-2. Another pitch. Fouled off. So Jung-Hoo Lee, I mean, MLB, he's made quite the name for himself in San Francisco with the Giants. Fouls off another circle changeup, 1-2. Merrill Kelly can't get him out here. Fouled that cutter on the lower inside corner. That was a tough ball to hit. Jung-Hoo Lee still got a piece of it. Keep the at-bat going. Rayleigh's still on second. The 1-2. Fouled off another one. If the Gators can get two against the Blues, that might at least improve their standing somewhat. Got a piece of the sinker, 1-2. 10 pitches to set back for Jung-Hoo Lee. Here's the 11th pitch on the way. Swung and a miss, and he finally struck out Jung-Hoo Lee. First strikeout and the first down of the ball game for the Blues. First K for Merrill Kelly. He just swung right up at the top of it. He had that. I don't think he was ready for the break on that pitch. Throw back, and he is safe. Oh, that was a close one. Durant unable to get the tag in time. Cassell Marte at the plate. Swag and a miss. 0-1. New Orleans Gators here. They have a chance to at least tie the game. Swing, a perfect shot to right field. Probably around third. He's going to try for home plate. He will slide in safely, and he ties the game at 1. An RBI single for Cassell Marte. Ties the game for the Gators. There's Josh Young. Walk around a bit. So the Gators, this 2-game series could definitely, if they can win both games, it's going to improve their standing in the Southeast Division quite a bit. So they'll change up on 2, and they'll gain 2 games on Memphis. Eventually, maybe, I think if they win both these games, Memphis could move at least one spot up, because right now they're at not Memphis. New Orleans could move one spot from, they could move to 4th. I think Tampa Bay's in 4th place right now. But I think they might be able to jump Tampa Bay if they can win both games, and they'll be neck and neck with Memphis. Actually, I don't know. At the very least, they'll be neck and neck. I'm not sure if they'd actually overtake Memphis in the division with these 2 wins. No, they wouldn't, because they only have 14 wins. But yeah, they'd be able to jump the Titans if the Gators can win this game and tomorrow's July 4th game. So we'll have, for tomorrow's broadcast, I will have a little. It's gonna be July 4th, and we'll talk about July 4th, you know, all that culture, all of that. Swinging a fly ball towards left center, and running catch for number 2. So here's Suzuki. Josh for 6th, Jeffer 7th, Cash for 8th, George Pinder 9th. Christian Vasquez is not playing today, and Trevor Story's not playing today. That's big. So here's Suzuki. Trevor Story's on the bench. I don't know. I'm surprised that he's not playing. So it's going to be interesting to see like the teams have evolved over the course of the season for their standings in the league, which I do have a power rankings and a what's the other type of power rankings, and that are fouled off 0-2, and panic index in the works. I have power rankings and panic index in the works. I'll make a video probably Saturday. I'm not gonna have time tomorrow. I'm gonna be I'll still do a game tomorrow. Just the highlights are gonna come out really late, possibly even Saturday morning. Oh, 2 to Seiya Suzuki. The pitch. Called strike 3. One. So we head to the second. Cadell Marte with an RBI single. And this game is tied at 1.
Leading off for Memphis, the center fielder.
Here's Randall Grichuk. Grichuk. Yeah, after this half inning, I'm going to replace the batteries. Down 0 and 1. So...
Ball in.
One thing about New Orleans is that they don't really... What I missed, 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
They're not really an attractive sports... In the real world, they're not really an attractive sports market. And a fly ball to center field. Jung-Hee Lee to grab it for route number 1. So here's Byron Buxton. 286 batting average. Pretty solid for Byron. This is about what I'd expect from Byron Buxton. Pretty solid. 137 career homers. The one we're watching is Christian Walker, since if he hits a home run today, he will overtake Shohei Ohtani, at least for a brief period. Fouled off. Keeping the count 1-1. Swung and a miss on a slider, 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He swung a bit early, I noticed. I think he thought that pitch was a bit faster than it actually was, which sometimes the angle can deceive you. Swung and a miss on another slider. 2 down. Second K for Carlos Rodon. Here's Amundo Sosa. Fly ball. Foul. Into the stands.
First base.
Oh, we hit Amundo Sosa and that'll draw a walk. He was looking back at him like, you hit me. that's what it looked like. You throw back to Sosa. Called safe. They're trying to get Sosa out. Shane McGuire at the plate.
Nope, outside.
Slider drifts off. 3 homers, 6 RBIs. 1-0 count. Just a 464 OPS. I know that is low.
Ball, that's just out.
You know the count. Around in New Orleans. I wouldn't exactly be a big fan of Memphis, just because Memphis, they're doing pretty good. It might not necessarily be Orlando, but Orlando leads the division. Sunrays are pretty good. 2-1 the count, the pitch. For Seamer, 2-2. Shane McGuire, the Memphis Blues. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Foul over straight to the left side. Got that one on the top of the zone. Foul, 2-2.
3-2.
Rodon, he's struggling with his control. Both his breaking balls, they're sliding outside the plate, as you can see. He's got to find a way to get that under control. 3-2 pitch. Got him with the fastball, and we're going to the Gators second. We're still tied at 1. Leading off is Josh Naylor, the New Orleans Gators. People got a July 4th celebration tomorrow. All like branding that I make for all this, it'll all be American. All be American branding. The game's gonna be the Orlando Sunrays and the Tampa Bay Titans. The 1-1 pitch.
That's ball 2.
That'll change up 2-1.
That's ball 3.
And the cutter struggling to hit the zone. Losing. 3-1 from Kelly. Ooh, a bad slider. And he walks Josh Naylor. Here's Ryan Jeffers. One thing I heard, I was listening to Talking Yanks podcast. I was listening about 40 minutes of it, and one thing that I heard that I want to know if it's going to become a trend. Essentially what they were talking about is that the Yankees they lost to the Blue Jays 11-9, and I think they lost before that too. First game of the set. 1-1 the count. Ryan Jeffers has a 6-year Major League Baseball career. What happened is they started to recognize, okay, we really, whenever things got whenever there was tension, whenever they were worried about the game being tied, the Blue Jays, every time Judge came to play it, they walked him. Because they were worried he'd tie the game. Or take the lead, even. Now, I wonder, is that going to be more common with, like, Ohtani? Oh, we know Ohtani's bad. Walk him. It's like those intentional walks, just walking every intentional star player in the league. Is that going to become a thing? In NBL, I wonder if that's going to become a thing as well. And that's going to get through the left side, base hit. 2 on with nobody out for the Gators here. And they're threatening. There's nobody out either. Oh yeah, the third baseman for the Blues couldn't get to that ball in time. He did get down. If he dived, he probably would have been able to get that, but he didn't dive. Or even maybe slide, because sometimes you can slide and then get it with your feet. He didn't do that either. Well, Castro at the play, just 1 homer. Chance to drive at least 1 run in, take the lead for the Gators here. 0-1 pitch.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Smart to take that circle change. 1-9 hits for Willie Castro. So 1-1. Cutter. High fly. Back it up, and then there's a catch. Duck freeze or something. So 2 on. Nobody out. I don't know what happened there. George Springer coming to play for the Gators.
Ball 1.
He was 1 for 4 yesterday for the Gators. I don't know, his last game, I don't think... No, they didn't play yesterday. A lot of teams didn't play yesterday. I think everybody's playing today, though. I like days that less teams play. Because recap videos usually easier. Counts 2-1. Two one pitch to Springer. Still gonna miss. Got him on the circle. He was fooled on that circle change. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. And he can't. The signal is too low, and the count's full. Jake Fraley on deck. He had a base hit on the first pitch, and later scored to give the Gators their only run so far. The 3-2. Ball 4, he walked in, bases loaded. Jake Fraley coming to the plate, bases loaded. He had to double his first time up for the New Orleans Gators. Bottom of second, bases loaded. Here's Jake Fraley at the plate. That was a cutter 0-1. 7-year MLB career, mainly with the Reds. And then in this university, he came over to the National Baseball League.
1-1.
Is this rival league form, taking the same format of Major League Baseball, just an alternate. Like an alternate year. I don't know. But it's new team. It's something new. Could have fouled off behind no play, 1-2. And try and get the. Gonna try and get. He still got another out, even if he gets out Jake Fraley. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a circle change of way off the plate. 2 down. Here's Ketel Marte. That was like way off the plate. He still swung at it. You gotta have discipline. You gotta have discipline at the plate. You don't swing at every pitch. Something they teach you when you're in like a rookie ball. Even when you're like an 8-year-old at playing pee-wee baseball with your other 8-year-old friends. You know, 2nd, 3rd grade stuff. They teach you, yeah, don't swing on every pitch, because you're gonna strike out a lot. And past the third base coach, he had to jump up to avoid that ball hitting him. 0-2 count to Jung-Hoo Lee. A pitch. Strike 3 with a fastball. And Merrill Kelly gets the Memphis Blues out of the bases loaded jam. We head to the 3rd.
Leading off for the Blues, the right fielder, Kyle.
So the Gators, a 2.67 ERA, a 1.00 whip, 7.3 hits allowed per 9, 25 strikeouts. So at least the last side was pretty good, but overall they're just. The main problem is they don't score enough. They do give up a lot, but they don't score either. We'll see what they have trouble with here today, assuming they lose. But even if they won, you can still see, oh, they maybe didn't have this good inning here because of X. Swing and a miss. Tucker goes down swinging, 1 down. 4th strikeout for Carlos Rodon in 3 innings. Here's Ozzy Albies.
That's inside.
Slider takes it 0-1. 1-0. On like those pitches that move in, kind of have to watch like the motion of the pitcher, and then you have to see the ball. One time, it's hard with like pitches that like breaking balls. It's kind of you have to learn to recognize the pitch, so you know where it's gonna go. That one's fouled off in the corner, 1-2. Not exactly a full crowd. The New Orleans is kind of basically the Miami of the NBL, pretty much. Because they're in similar-ish location. They're in the Deep South. Which there are a lot of Deep South teams in this league. Swing and a miss, no slider! 2 down! Well, obviously, yeah, he swung way too early on that pitch. And timing's important. You have to time your swing right, because if you don't, it's gonna affect the way you hit the ball, or if you even hit the ball at all. That's something you have to like get down with, like, and you have to learn it with like every pitcher's different. You have to learn their pitch and just kind of adjust to the way they pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Game's still tied at 1 here in the third.
Ball.
Slider, 2-1. Outside the solo home run, the Blues don't have a single hit. They just have the one home run. Swing and a miss.
2 balls.
2-2. And that'll be a
That ball's foul.
Dapper third base side. Two. Swing and that nice spin. And for the first is in time. And we're going to the Gators third. Still tied at 1. Del Marte leading off for the Gators. He had the RBI single his first time up, and he's been off to a good start the National Baseball League season. A 320, what is it? 323, 324 batting average? Yeah, 324 batting average for Del Marte. So right now he's hitting at Aaron Judge levels. Obviously that will come down eventually, but swing and a miss, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Alright, he's been really good to start.
Ball 2.
Cutter gets down, 2-2.
2-2 count.
Got that circle changeup. Another one from Merrill Kelly.
Full count.
Oh, he's struggling on that circle changeup there. Because it wants to go outside the zone. He's kind of the fly ball. This one carrying left field. Not enough to get out of the ballpark. And there's out number 1. The catch by Byron Buxton. He usually plays center field, but he's been moved to left field to play for the Memphis Blues. Josh Young at the plate. Josh Young with the Texas Rangers in Major League Baseball, which the Rangers,
2 balls, 1 strike.
it seems like, yeah, if your favorite team is, in all of sports is called the Rangers, they're not doing well. Pop up. And the catch, 2 down. Josh Young's retired. Here's Seiya Suzuki. Coming to the play. Still stalemate at 1 apiece for both ball clubs here in the third. It's going to be a line for a base hit. Well, that one's going to get down and bounce its way out of the way of the blue wall. And Seiya Suzuki's got himself a stand-up 2-out double here in the Gators' third. There's Josh Naylor. Seiya Suzuki on third base. Gators gonna try and take a lead here. See if Naylor can come through for New Orleans. All you gotta do is make. Pretty much all he's gotta do is get a base hit, and you can probably, if you can, as long as it's not a blooper. And there's going to be a base hit. That's going to drop in. He's rounding third. And there was no play, and the Gators take a 2-1 lead. Seiya Suzuki with the scoring run. So you can see here's Josh Naylor. He doesn't necessarily get the best hit off it, but he gets enough of it. And it drops down, like right where there's nobody. Giving time for Suzuki to not only tap there and get some ground on home plate. And then that throw just is not. Before they even make the throw to home, he already touched his home plate. Ryan Jeffers had the play, no 1 count. And he hits one high towards left field. 2-out bomb. Goodbye, home run. Two-run blast for Ryan Jeffers. And the Gators extend the lead. It's 4-1. A 410-foot bomb. And yeah, that thing. He made a complete follow-through on that swing. And he got a really high launch angle. 101 off the bat. 400 estimated feet.
Nope, outside.
Will Castro at the plate. Gators now with a 4-1 lead. Tried to chase that pitch. It was still in the zone. It was a bit outside. Outside of. Away from. Got a piece of it. It's going to go into the corner. 1-2. So New Orleans. They're going to need to win both this game and the next game if they want to try and at least get close to the Blues. Castro's hit. The walk of the inning continues. Merrick Kelly's had a rough third inning through Memphis. I doubt he comes back for the fourth. So George Springer at the plate. And it's going to be fouled towards the on-field bullpen for the Memphis Blues. And the count's 0-1. Another foul ball this time towards the Gator bullpen. Another one fouled off. Kelly's struggling to get out of the sitting. 0-2. And that cutter, one moved too far across. Wait, he needs to maybe adjust the speed, the movement on that, and it was a bit low as well. Brought off that circle changeup. George Springer doing a good job staying alive in the count here. Foul ball warrior. 1-2 from Merrill Kelly, the pitch.
2 balls, 2
And
strikes.
he can't get on the zone with that cutter. The angle on that cutter was way too high up. There's no way he could have got on the zone. Oh, and the throwback to first! And he got him! Ryan Jeffers with a bomb. A 2-run bomb to left field. 4-1 Gators in the inning end on a pickoff. We're going to the 5th. The 4th.
Leading off for Memphis.
So leading off the 4th inning for the Memphis Blues, who are now trailing by 3 runs. It's gonna be... Who is it? It's gonna be Royce Lewis. Mr. Rolls Royce. Had a solo bomb his first time up.
That's a ball.
The only home run for the Memphis Blues. No. The Blues, they need people like Royce Lewis now that they're trailing. They need to get some hits. And that one's gonna get down for a base hit. That one's gonna scamper all the way to the wall and throw bouncing. Lewis, he stays at first for a leadoff single. It was a long single. I thought he would have ran for second. No, he stopped at first. Josh Young was unable to get to it. Just kept bouncing, and it was able to stay fair. It bounced further than it. Just once, and then it bounced over the line. The one fouled off. 0-1 into the corner. The rule is as long as it's touching white paint, or it's to the right of the white foul line, or left it if you're on the other side,
Ball 1.
it counts. It counts. It just has to be touching some bit, because if it's just the smallest bit of the baseball, it's exactly like hockey. In the same way, there is a red goal line. I do hockey too, so I know this. There's a blast from Christian Walker. There it goes. Goodbye. Home run. Christian Walker has the most home runs. And he's overtaken Shohei Ohtani. His 12th homer on the season. And the Memphis Blues have cut the lead to 2. Christian Walker leads the Eastern Conference, overtaking Shohei Ohtani, who has 11 home runs. And the thing is, he might come right back. And also, that was actually 115. Wow. A moonshot. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? 115 off the bat of Christian Walker. Holy crap. That is Ohtani. Random for Truk at the plate. Fouled off 0-2. So it's a 1-run game. I accidentally said 2-run game. Who got on base? So Blues within 1. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And there's 1 down. 6 strikeout for Rodon. Gators lead just at 1. A 1 count. Byron Buxton. He usually is a center fielder, but for the Blues he's a left fielder. Yeah, circle changeup. A little bit too much movement on that pitch. Which the speed is usually a dial. So from the clock curve 1 and 2. The faster you throw it, the less movement it have. The slower you throw it, the more movement it'll have. 1-2 to Buxton. Swing, and that's going to be a base hit. That one's going to be down. It's going to bounce just in front of the warning track. Jung-Hoo Lee on it. And there's the bouncing throw to second. And Byron Buxton's got himself a 1-out single. So, yeah, Buxton here. Really solid hit. He gets it into the gap, and It just keeps going. The bounce down into left field. There's a Mundo Sosa.
Counts 1-0.
A bad 12 o'clock curve from Rodon. Blues have able to get to within one. Pop up. First base side. And the catch. 2 down.
Now batter, the catcher, Shane McGuire.
Here's Shane McGuire. He's catching today for the Memphis Blues. But I'm going to try and get out of the inning. Oh, we're going. And the throw will be late. Stole a base for Byron Buxton. His 6th stolen base this season. So that you can see that throw just... Yeah, he was a... McGuire was a... Not McGuire. He was not going to get that throw in time to beat
That's a ball.
Byron Buxton. 2-0 the count. I don't remember off the top of my head who the Gators catcher is. Flyer just stays. Strike 2-1. They clipped the zone, I could say that. 2-1 pitch from Rodon.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Oh, bad slide to 3-1. Cal Tucker on deck. Rodon needs to get out of this inning. I can't imagine him starting the 5th. Slow to miss. Found a throw, 3-2. Rodon trying to get out of it. 3-2 to Shane McGuire, the pitch.
Ball 4, take the base.
Ball 4, 2-on for the Blues, and the inning continues. They're going to pull him? No, they won't. Here's Kyle Tucker. Memphis takes the lead in this inning. I guarantee you he gets pulled. Slider 0-1. 2-1 for the Blues here. So Juan Burrito. Burrito warming up in the bullpen. Somebody else, I didn't see the name. Still warming up at the Gator bullpen.
Nope.
So yeah,
Ball 1.
I think they need a reliever at this point.
Ball 1 strike.
Rodon can't get out of the inning. And that ball is going to get in the dirt. And the runners stay on first and second. 2 balls and a strike. It just adds on to the ball count. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And a slider outside. That wasn't going to get on the zone no matter what. No matter how much movement it had. 3-1. Down. If he walks Tucker, base is loaded.
No, ball 4.
Ball 4, bases loaded. Cal Tucker coming to the plate. Second walk. Are they gonna? When are they gonna pull him? Yeah, here comes the manager. He's gonna pull Carlos Rodon. Understandably, his day's done. 4 not so good innings. And they didn't even complete the 4th. So Michael Kovac taking the mound for the Gators. Came in just 3 times this year. We'll give him a shot here today against the Memphis Blues. Trying to get that ERA down. It's above 8, but he's only came in 3 times, so you can't really knock him too much. He'll face Ozzy Albies. A 1 count to Albies. Bases are loaded for the Blues. Keep that in mind. Albies even just gets a single. It's automatically a tie ball game at the very least. And there's a good chance Blues will take the lead. Four-seamer at 100, 2-1, so he's already hit triple digits here in this inning that he's coming in relief for. 2 balls and a strike. Albies down towards the stands, 2-2. Blues are this close to tying this game right back up.
3-2.
And that counts 3 balls, 2 strikes. No, it's foul. Going to be fouled into the corner. I just said the word foul twice. No, I'm saying it 3 times. 3-2. Swinging a fly ball towards right center. Jung-Hoo Lee on it. And he'll make the catch and that'll end the inning. The Gators get within 1 from a 2-run bomb from Christian Walker. It's 4-3 for New Orleans. So George Springer taking the mound. They're going to keep Merrill Kelly in. I'm surprised he's starting the 4th inning for the Blues. And he's still on the mound. Cutter 0-1. Springer, a 4-time All-Star in Major League Baseball before coming to the National Baseball League. A 1 count.
Ball.
Can't lift that cutter up. So again, in Santana warming up at the Blues bullpen. Memphis really... They don't want to let that lead grow for the Gators because they were able to gain some ground back by making it a 1-run game. But they're still trailing 4-3, and if they let... Because the whole thing is, it's like moving the goalposts. That's kind of how sports works. Let's say it's a 0-0 ball game in whatever sport it is. Your team scores a run or goal or whatever. So I get a best of a sinker. 1 down. 5th K for Merrill Kelly, and they're going to bring Kelly off the mound. Maybe he requested it. Don't know for sure. And yeah, his day is going to be done. Jordan Montgomery coming in, the Memphis Blues. He's came in 6 times this year. 2.55 ERA. And he's going to face Jake Fraley.
Ball 1.
Sick call ball 1. Jake Fraley at the plate. New Orleans Gators.
That's ball 2.
But the clock hurry couldn't get it up. Needs to get it up. Since that pitch has a massive break, you've got to throw it a bit higher than other pitches. Not a single strike. With Jung-Hoo Lee. Not a single strike to Jake Fraley. Jung-Hoo Lee is on deck.
Hey.
3-0 pit. Fastball 3-1.
Take your base. Ball 4.
Circle changeup just a bit too low. It was at the knees, then it dripped below the zone. First walk for Jordan Montgomery. Here's Jung-Hoo Lee with a 1 on and 1 out. 0 for 2, hasn't got a hit today. Offensively, he's been a little mediocre. 5 doubles this year. 3rd on the Gators, so he has something, but he doesn't. Oh, that ball gets away. And runner stays on base. Blake Fairley still on first after the ball in the dirt.
2-1.
Well, that one got away again. He's gonna take off. Oh, he might. No, he won't. Fairley had a chance, but he decides to stay on base after 2 balls that got in the dirt. Once it throw back to Fraley, he's safe. And if that ball gets out of that dirt, then basically that's a guaranteed Right. Go to the next base. Sinker 3-1. Even if you're on third trying to come home, go home. Worst case scenarios, you're called out at the plate. Pop up. Foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jung-Hoo Lee. Montgomery's already walked one. He's already walked Fraley. 3-2. And it's fouled into the stands. You put that back going. Another 3-2. Another chopper foul. Baldwin got to it.
Nope, that's ball 4. Take your base.
And couldn't get the call in the circle changeup. I know that might be a strike. Ball 4, 2 on for the Gators. Here's Cancel Marte. So, maybe just a slight threat for the Gators. They're threatening a bit here. Now Jordan Montgomery's got to be careful here because Cancel Marte is Cancel Marte. And 1, 2, double play, and that's will end the inning. And the Blues get out of it with a solid double play. So Aviators route from 7-9 in the victory over the Monuments. That's what happened last night. Riley Green with an 18-game hitting streak. Aliens with an extra inning win against the Portland Acres. Some interesting storylines. Columbus. They saved themselves from being like dead last with that win. I mean, okay, yeah, that probably is an exaggeration. But they are... I went through the batting averages for every single team. I went through them. No, the win percentage. I went through the win percentage. So the Minnesota 2 days is equal to Rand. Like a Kopech's tournament. And what I found... About to get their strikeout. Fly ball. Right field. Not going to carry enough. And the catch. Round number 1. So I went through the win percentage. And the bottom 2 teams were the Las Vegas Gamblers. And then the Columbus Aviators were 29th. Oof. Well, and Vegas is the only team. They're still in single digits. So look at this. 0-1. They're pretty much in the similar... It looks like they're going to be the Rockies.
That's ball 2.
And the Las Vegas Gamblers' record right now is 8-21. 2-1. It'll be line foul. 2-2. Royce Lewis at the plate. With a homer already. He's 2 for 2 today. Trying to go 3 for 3. Top of the 5th inning. Blues trailing by 1 with 1 down. 2-2 to Royce Lewis. Got a piece of it. Foul. That was a weird way to say foul. I said foul. Foul. It's not like I said foul. Foul? Foul? That's what I heard in my limited swag and a miss at a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 3, 2 down. How about that for Michael Kopech? Here is Christian Walker. He is now leading home runs against the Memphis Blues. There should be like a bar at the bottom telling you the scores. I would like that. You know, like one of those news things. I would love that to be in the game. So I could talk about some of the games also going on at the same time. That would be cool. 1-0 pitch.
2 balls, no strikes.
A slider 2-0. I'm gonna look that up. Oh, perfect hit right to short.
Got him.
And there's the sort of first hit to end the inning, and we're going to the bottom of the fifth. So Josh Young leading off the Gators. And then it'll be a line out on the first pitch of the fifth inning for the Gators. One down. This is Suzuki coming to play. A double and run scored on his only productive at bat today. Sinker 0-1. I'm trying to look something up right now so I can talk about it.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 to say Suzuki. And the pitch. And that's going to get through down for a base hit, and that one's going to skitter its way towards the blue wall. Suzuki with a 1-out stand-up double. He's doing a little dance. Yeah. Yeah, it gets down. Look, there's nothing. Good place to get a hit. It's kind of hard to control. Oh, he slid. I thought he had a stand-up double, but a sliding double. There you go. Josh Naylor at the plate for the Memphis, for the New Orleans Gators.
Nope.
After the sliding
1-0.
1-out double from Seiya Suzuki into right center. He did an RBI single his first time. 6 in the batting order for.
That's ball 2.
For the Clocker, 2-0. And just the 6th spot. And another base hit. Suzuki around third. He's going to go for home. He will score. And the Gators extend the lead. It's 5-3. So an RBI for Josh Naylor. I believe that was a single. Yeah, an RBI single for Josh Naylor. Here's Ryan Jeffers. And that's going to get through for another base hit. Naylor to second. He's taken off for third. No, he'll stop at second. Sorry about that. So back-to-back hits. For the Gators. And he just got through. Look at the late slide. And not a far enough slide. And nothing you can do. That's for the play with 2 on and 1 out. Nice throw that hit by pitches. He's up for 1 on a hit by pitch. This is I'm confused now.
1-1.
1-1 the count. 2-1 for the Gators. So 1-1 to Castro. Runner towards short. 1, 2. Safe! Runners in the corners. And the inning continues. So the Blues infield unable to turn that double play. So there's the out at second. And then that first. But Castro, a good sprint to get to the bag in time to beat the out. George Springer the play with 2 on. 0-1. Runners a second. Lightweight hit. And throw to first to retire the side. Josh Naylor with an RBI single. And the Gators extend the lead. 5-3. We're going to the 6th. So Reno Rachuk leading off the 6th for the Memphis Blues. Michael Kobeck still on the mound for the Gators.
Ball, that's inside.
And then Slider tried to go back door there, it didn't work. Ian Hamilton and Diaz warming up. So there's now the
I got a ball, 1 strike.
101. So he just matched Shohei Ohtani. I heard about that, and he's already throwing over 100 miles an hour as he's coming back to pitch. Now he's pitching for the LA Dodgers. 1-2 to Rachuk.
2-2 the count.
Oh, bad slider, 2-2. So now the Gators are in good shape. But they need Kopech to get through these next 3 outs without any harm or foul. The ball boy to get to the ball. Why does he have a mustache? You look like a 12-year-old with a mustache. Look at the base. Strike rate. Rachel going down, swinging. And yeah, he aggressively chased that ball. It's Byron Buxton.
Ball, that's out.
Four homers, 11 RBIs this year for Byron Buxton. In Major League Baseball, he is the Twins center fielder. But in the National Baseball League, he's the Blues left fielder. Let's roll the count. Well, and that's going to drop down for a base hit. And Buxton's aboard with a 1-out single in the 6th. So, and he hit that one pretty well. Not necessarily the hardest or furthest hit, but it's it. Again, he gets it where he wants it. And the gap for that base hit. Mundo Sosa at the plate. Mundo Sosa at the plate. I'll throw in the call will be safe. On there, what to get Byron Buxton out. Release the cutter 0-2. One thing about Memphis. Well, actually, both these cities kind of have this in common. They only have one major sports team, and they are both struggling cities. They're right over Kopech, and unable to turn the double play. They get the out at second, but not the Mundo Sosa. Here's Shea McGuire. Sosa on first now. Throw back to Sosa, called safe.
Runner.
Oh, he's taking off for second, and Sosa is not able to get to the bag in time. He's out. Unable to beat the throw. And the Gators and the Blues going to the bottom of the 6th. Getting off is Jake Fraley for the New Orleans Gators. 1 count to Jake Fraley. Bouncer towards first. They call it foul. Took a second for them to call it foul. 0-2 to Jake Fraley. That was well inside, but he still got it, and he's going to drop down base hit. He's got himself a leadoff single on a pitch that was like a foot inside. I know I'm exaggerating, but yeah, that thing was well inside. There's Jung-Hoo Lee. And he gets a base hit. Left field, not gonna get out of the ballpark. And Bradley stays on first. I thought that was gone. But Byron Buxton able to run it down. It's Ketel Marte. I genuinely thought that was throw back to Fraley, but unable to get the out. But Blues are aggressive. They're trying to get outs at every turn here. It just hasn't really worked too well. Coming after looking at Fraley.
That's a ball.
Good call for the ball. I mean, they're throwing back. They're throwing back to first base. They probably throwing probably. He's taken off, and the throw will be safe. Fraley called safe. His helmet fell off. 6th stolen base of the year for Jake Fraley. Here's Ketel Marte. Just a little bit closer. Bouncer. There's 1. We're at number 2. You see now. Jake Fraley's 90 feet away from home plate. Here's Josh Young.
No, that's low.
Sinker low there. Josh Young with a pretty good start. He's been 321 over his last 2 games. 269 batting average overall. Sinker 1-1 the count.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Memphis has been really aggressive defensively. Mostly like their infield.
Yep, that ball went out.
Montgomery is struggling, I can tell. Their infield's getting him outs. And the one from Byron Buxton in left field. Also somehow avoid that from being off. I don't know how that wasn't a home run. It looked like that thing was gonna get out of the ballpark, and then he made the. It ran out of steam, I think. Down his throw to Josh Young. Montgomery trying to get out of it for the Blues. The full count pitch.
Ball 4, take your base.
Fly to ball 4, and then now there's runners in the corners.
Now back, right fielder.
They say this is okay coming to the plate for New Orleans. Hope you're having a good Thursday night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be July 4th, Independence Day. Which does seem like our country is just falling apart, I'm not gonna lie. Not to get political, but yeah, it's a mess. The world's a mess. But come here to enjoy some baseball. Stay Suzuki and 0-2 count. Hope you're all having a good day.
1 ball, 2
12
strikes.
o'clock curve and it's 1-2. So Gators trying to extend their lead. Swinging a master to slider. I guess they won't extend their lead. We're going to the 7th. So Alexis Diaz coming in for the New Orleans Gators. He's getting 14 times this year. So 5.52 ERA. Here's Shane McGuire. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 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 1 ball,
And strike one. On the first pitch from Shane McGuire. Memphis, they're trailing now by 2.
1 ball, 1 strike.
They got a bit of time. They're definitely not out of this game, so. Oh, he's swinging a fastball way at the top of the zone. 1-2. There it goes, right behind home plate. I've never seen it so like directly behind home. That was just. It didn't go like up and then it just went through, almost like an angle. Swinging a base slider inside. 1 down. A really good slider from Diaz for his first K of the ball game. Six-inch break on that slider as it drifted across the plate. It also had this, like, moved inwards and down at the same time. And over 1,700 RPM spin rate. Or rotation, which RPM is rotations per minute. Cal took out the play. He walked it 0 for 1. It still says 0 for 1 walk today. I'm confused. Because he should have. That's only. Spider 0-2. It says he's 0 for 1. Look at him miss. 2 down. The Gators are looking pretty good right now. If they can ride this into tomorrow's game and win again, swing and a miss, slider 0-1. And that was off the end of the bat from Ozzy Albies for strike 2. That's what happens when you hit it off the end of the bat. It's gonna be foul almost every time. And he tried to bunt. Strike 3 called. We're going to the 7th. The bottom of the 7th. And the Gators hold on to the 5-3 lead. Keegan AK coming in for the Memphis Blues. So 13 appearances this year, already 5.84 ERA. He's gonna try and keep the Gators from adding on to their lead. He's trying to keep the Blues in this game because it's just a 2-run game right now. Josh Naylor at the plate. We'll see if the Gators can do some more damage. Because if they can bring this and take game 2 tomorrow of this just short 2-game set, then they're going to overtake. These two teams will be neck and neck. Memphis at 3rd, and New Orleans at 4th. Pop foul, and then it'll drop the Tampa Bay Titans down to 5th. Right there on the circle changeup, 2-2. I'm thinking I want like maybe a national anthem or Simmer fouled off 2-2. Maybe with like some good compilation of, you know, July 4th. God keep our land. Something like that. Circle changeup, strike 3 called. 1 down, Naylor is retired. He was 3 for 3 to this point. Here's Ryan Jeffers. Oh yeah, he hit the home run earlier. With the 2-run blast from earlier. give the Gators sending the Gators lead to 4-1. So, and to play, and Santana warming up in the Memphis bullpen. Memphis, I mean, they've been trying to rally, but it hasn't really worked here. And that's gonna be a base hit. Yep. As they're not able to get the throw in time to beat Ryan Jeffers. And he's got a 1-out single here in the 7th. Here's Willie Castro. Let's strike one. I don't know that that was a strike or not. It's hard to tell, obviously, but well, who knows anything? So, these umpires now. You really can't tell what's a strike. There was literally like a ball right down the middle called a ball. It was last week that happened. And there was also, like, a week before that, the exact opposite. Where a ball was, like, I think 4.5 a foot outside of the zone. And it was still called a strike. So they'll change it, ball 3. That's all in Major League Baseball, of course. 'Cause that doesn't happen here, because we have good umpires. We have all the greatest umpires. Okay, I'm not doing my dumb Trump impression.
Full count. 3-2.
Rebels with 2 strikes to Willie Castro. The payoff pitch.
Ball 4.
Ball 4, and Castro's gonna walk, and there's 2 on for the Gators. Blues have been struggling with walks all game. It's not a one-pitcher thing. They're walking guys a lot. Here's George Springer coming to the plate. 229 batting average, is 0 for 2 today. Circle changeup.
0-1's the count.
Called strike 1. Gators leading 5-3. Bottom of the 7th inning. Started to move around a lot more during these games. And grounder. There's 1. There's 2. Double play. And we're going to the 8th. And the Blues get out of the inning without giving up a run. So it's Eagle Durant leading off with the Memphis Blues. Top of the 8th, Blues now they need to turn on rally mode. They need to rally because they're down 5-3. They need some runs. They need some hits. They need something. Look at the miss, 7-2. Good news for the Blues is that they haven't. There's Jackson Hamilton warming up. I guess they'll bring in Ian Hamilton to be the closer for the Gators. That's my guess as to what they're gonna do. But we will see. Yeah, they got Marlins like attendance here. It's been a fun game. Fouled off. 1-2. One-two from Alexis Diaz. Can't get that fastball in the zone. The upper inside corner was just a bit, just right half an inch off the plate. Two. And grounded towards second. Easy throw to first. And Miller makes the catch. 1 down. Marte playing second today for the Gators. Here's Royce Lewis. And down the line, that's off of his glove. And Lewis got a base hit. That was odd. So they're going to pull off the mound Alexis Diaz. We'll see what happens. I'm guessing they're going to bring Ian Hamilton in. I'm not for sure on that. Yep, they're going to bring Ian Hamilton in. I guess correctly. 2.61 ERAs came in 9 times this year. I want to... And his entire job is shut down Memphis. And, I mean, he's going to dial in it. And gotta make sure they don't tie the game. From a... He's just gotta finish the game. He doesn't have too much. It's not like they're asking him to pitch half the ball game. To keep New Orleans ahead. That's what Hamilton needs to focus on. That's what the infield needs. And there's gonna be a grounder that's gonna get through for a base hit. And there's runners on the corners. As he slides in safely at third. Runners in the corners for the Memphis Blues. They're threatening now. They're threatening now. So Alex Thomas coming in as a pinch runner for the Blues. On first base, I believe. Here's Randall Grichuk. So he hasn't got a single hit. Nothing today. They want, and then they want to see some production from him. So this is the closest. So the leading run to the plate, tying run on first, and they're gonna run it third. Score if Grichuk gets himself a base hit. We'll see what happens. Glad to have you tuning in on a Thursday night. Go one for me and Hamilton. Fly ball, left field. He's racing back. It's at the track, and he's gonna make the catch and then the throw. And a run will score for the Blues. It's a one-run game. So he tagged from third and scored. So, I mean, it's not really Ian Hamilton's fault. They're not doing... Hamilton needs to get out of it. I think it was smart to choose Hamilton over Jax. And maybe if they don't... You can always bring him in if they don't like Hamilton. If they're not confident about Hamilton. 1-0 count. Ace pitch, and I'd be confident. I know they brought the one run in, but that because when they tag from third, especially in this situation, he is not responsible for that. There's nothing he could have done. One count to Byron Buxton.
Ball, that's out.
Yeah, sticker off the play, 2-1. And this game's been intense. Four-seamer fouled off. Again, if they can, Gators not only win this game, and they win it tomorrow, since this is just a 2-game set, they can go be neck and neck with the Blues. Because right now the Gators, they're bottom of the Southeast Division in the Eastern Conference in the National Baseball League. Mundo Sosa warming up there. 3-2, the count is full. Byron Buxton. The pitch. Look at the base. They got him. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. And the Gators survive for now. Bottom of the 8th inning. Chris Martin coming in for the Memphis Blues. He's came in 13 times this year. Let's see. ERA in double digits. David Boat playing first base for the Memphis Blues. Jake Fraley coming in for the Gators. Gators need insurance runs because that's a slim lead they got right now. Uribe and Santana warming up for the Memphis Blues. Bottom of the 8th. And these teams will just play one more game tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be covering the Tampa Bay Titans hosting the final of a 3-game series against the Orlando Sunrays tomorrow at noon. It's going to be an early start. The earliest start I've ever had. Fly ball to right field. And there's out number one. The Blues, they really got a shot. They just need that ninth inning. Here's Jung-Hoo Lee. This is close. We hit the plate. Gators.
Nope.
I'm
Outside.
surprised he hasn't been better. His batting average it's below 200. He's been awful at the plate today. Or Simmer 1-1. It's 1-1. He hasn't got a single base hit today. Cutter just got back in that zone, lower outside corner, 1-2. So 1-2 pitch. Pop up. Foul. Long run to get it, and he'll make the catch. 2 down.
The batter, number 4, second baseman.
This Qatar Marte was just 1 for 4. His only hit was the RBI single he had back in the first inning here in this ball game today. 2 down, bottom of the 8th.
Nope,
Gators
that's
with a
ball.
slim 5-4 lead over the Memphis Blues in this division rival matchup. 1-0 for Seamer 1-1. Got it off the end of that slider. 1-2. Neither of these cities have good economies that they could actually bring it a new team in what we call the real world. Down up off 1-2. And the pitch.
Ball inside.
It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And why won't they make the crowds consistent? Because the reported attendance was 12,000. Swing and a miss. We're going to the 9th. As Marte strikes out swinging.
Now pitching.
So yeah, they will bring in Griffin Jacks to close this game out. And cheers to the crowd. Here's Emilio Sosa. And a bouncer towards the mound. And the throw will be not in time. They called him safe. I want to see that over again. Bouncer, and running. The throw. Not in time. Not in time. There's Shane McGuire. Tying run to the plate. Leading run aboard. A leading run at tying run. Tying run is on first. Leading run to the plate right now.
Ball, that's out.
And can't get that circle change up to go back door. Another one from Griffin Jacks.
That ball's foul.
Down the line, right past the umpire. 2-1. This is intense. Another one from Griffin Jacks. Another foul ball. 2-2. The fans here at the Gator Dome on their feet. Super foul behind home plate. Griffin Jacks, he's struggling to get that strikeout. McGuire is fighting back. He's fighting back hard. 2-2. Wow, he got that 12 o'clock curve too. Don't have to keep his at bat going. 2-2 pitch. Shane McGuire. And a high fly ball down the right field line towards the boat. It's gone. And Shane McGuire and the Memphis Blues have taken the lead 6-5. And this Gators crowd is in disappointment, and they are losing their mind right now. They are not happy. McGuire with a 2-run home run at probably the most important time in the ball game. Yeah, he hit that sweet spot. Hit it towards the boat in right field. Yeah, she wasn't coming back. 5-second hang time, 372 feet. 23-degree launch angle. Cal Tucker at the plate. So Blues lead, and so we're going to the bottom of the ninth. We'll see how much more the Blues can extend their lead. There's still nobody out. Another shot, but it's foul. Oh, 2 to Cal Tucker. It's been an interesting one. Four-seamer, ball one. And my iPad's at 10% or lower. One and 2. Got a piece of it for Powell. Blues lead 6-5. Pop-up foul behind home plate. Along and bats, at least this one's intense. Yesterday's game was mind-numbingly boring. I'm not gonna lie, it was Houston and Texas. In this game, I expected this to be the boring game. This has been a roller coaster ride. Oh, that ball was in the dirt. It gets away. 3 and 2. Down is full. It's Cal Tucker. Another foul ball. There's a bit of pain in my ears. I'm wearing these headphones. Grounder towards second. Towards the bag. There's out number 1. So we will have a bottom half of the inning. Here's Ozzy Albies. They're going to pull Griffin Jackson on the mound. Should have kept Ian Hamilton. I think you should have. But that's my opinion. Griffin Jackson's done. He's done for. I don't know what that was. Trevor Richards taking them out. He's coming in for the New Orleans Gators. 14 times this year. We'll see how he does. We'll face the DH Ozzy Albies. And he falls from behind home plate to start his at bat. Still 2 outs to get for the Gators. And a grounder towards second. And the grab, and the throw to nailer for out number 2, just like that.
Now batting, shortstop Ezekiel Duran.
Here is Ezekiel Duran.
Nope, that's inside.
Ball 1. One out count to Duran. Local change up 1-1 to even the count. Winding deal. Got this called strike 1 and 2. 1-2 pitch to Richard. From Richards. Fly ball, center field. Young Lily's under it. He'll make the catch. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Shane McGuire. Game flipping 2-run blast. Blues lead 6-5. And they're looking to win it. Coming in for the Memphis Blues to pitch, it's going to be David Robertson. He's came in 12 times already this year for the Memphis Blues. He's 1.20 ERA. I see why they brought him up. He's done really good as a closer for the Blues. Here's Josh Young. Dying run is so the winning run is going to be on deck automatically at all times. At the very least. If they just need 1 run, they just need 2 runs. We're gonna mess on the cutter 0-2. Swing and a miss. 1 down for the Gators. He's already got a strikeout. He says, okay. 3 strikes, 3 pitches. Are you gonna have a perfect inning? Maybe, I don't know. Nope. We'll have a perfect inning. There's ball 1. Or actually, it's called an immaculate inning. But I'm used to perfect. So you gotta have a perfect game. Fly ball in the corner. 1-1. One thing, technically an immaculate game is possible. Ridiculous. It'd be 9 immaculate innings. That would be an immaculate game then. A ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Knuckle curve, 2-2.
2 strikes.
That's 2-2. It's going to drop the dirt and the ball. The count's 3-2. Ball for the slider. He doesn't get the strike 3 call. 1 on for the Gators. Winning run to the plate. Josh Miller. Winning run to the plate, represented in Josh Naylor. Third drifts in, that 1-1. Throw back. Suzuki. Hold safe. 0-1 count. Suzuki's taken off for second. And he will slide in safely with a stolen base. This Crouch, zeroed him on. And then the slide. Yeah, that's no chance. O2 to Naylor. Pitch. Bouncer towards first. It's going to go in towards the on-field bullpen. Chopper towards short. But at first, and there's 2 down. But Suzuki's the tying run. He's on third base with 2 down. Ryan Jeffers to the plate, 2 down. Base hit ties the game. There's the cutter 0-1. Well, either the Blues win it here, or Jeffers keeps the game going. One of 2 options. We'll see what happens. The 0-1 to Jeffers. The pitch. Now he's going to get away in the dirt. Suzuki going to stay at third. There's no chance for home. At least not yet. That's the full one there. Count is even. Just off in an upper curve, 2-1. That was just a bad pitch. It wasn't even on the zone. 2-1. Just in there, strike 2. He's 1 strike away from holding on to win the ball game. 2-2 pitch. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With Castro on deck for the Gators. Robertson can't get strike 3. Ball far. And continues. Winning run on first. Here's Willie Castro coming to the plate. Game continues. Runners on the corners. It's tense. Tense game. It's and this ball, if it's a fly out, it's also game over. Remember that. Because there's 2 outs. Ball's in the dirt. Runners stay on the corners. And it's 1-1. And it's going to be fouled off. 1-2. Robertson just needs 1 strike to win it. The 1-2 pitch from Robertson. It's in the dirt. 2-2. He's struggling to hit the zone. Another 2-2. Got a cutter. This has been a fight to the death. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Castro. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Robertson gets the strikeout, and the Memphis Blues hold on to win the ball game 6-5. It was a close one, but the Blues prevail. Here in New Orleans, look to sweep this small 2-game set tomorrow. This one the win, Griffin Jacks the loss, David Robertson the save. I'm Thomas Rose, and I'm glad to have you. Goodbye and good night. Have a good evening.